Have you ever heard that the Rothschilds control the world's banks? Or that they secretly run the global economy? Let's unpack the truth behind one of the history's most persistent conspiracy theories. The name Rothschild has become more than just a surname. For some, it's a symbol of hidden power. For others, it's the core of one of the most persistent conspiracy theories in modern history. But how much of this is real? In this video, we'll explore the true story of the Rothschilds. The Rothschild banking dynasty began in the Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt in the 18th century. Meyer Amschel Rothschild, a coin dealer, built a small banking business and trained his 5 sons in finance. He sent each son to major cities: London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt, forming a family network that changed European finance. Their major breakthrough came during the Napoleonic Wars. It is believed that Nathan Rothschild helped finance the British military during the war against Napoleon, even helping pay Wellington's army in Portugal. Some historians credit the Rothschild network for enabling Britain to win the war. After Waterloo, Rothschild was said to have profited heavily from bond investments, sparking early rumors of insider control. In medieval Europe, Christian doctrine forbade believers from charging interest on loans. Usury, as it was called, was declared a sin. But Jews, barred from owning land, joining trade guilds, or holding public office, were allowed into moneylending. Kings, nobles, and even the church borrowed from Jewish lenders. A system developed where entire kingdoms were financially dependent on a minority population. Over time, this fostered not only resentment, but suspicion. The image of the Jew as a hidden manipulator of wealth began to form. As the 19th century progressed, the Rothschilds helped fund railways, national banks, and governments from Austria to Britain. By the 1850s, they were considered the richest family in the world. Some say this was the start of soft control over policy, using loans, influence, and debt diplomacy. Critics claim their fingerprints are found in everything from the founding of the Bank of England to today's IMF. Today, critics still link Jewish families, including Rothschilds, to global financial power. Many point to names like George Soros or the Rothschild & Co. investment firm. Conspiracy theories go beyond finance. Some tie the Rothschilds to Zionism, that they helped create Israel through the Balfour Declaration, and use political influence to shape the Middle East. On November 2, 1917, British Foreign Secretary Arthur James Balfour addressed a letter to Lord Walter Rothschild. The letter read, "His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. An unprecedented promise by an imperial power to support a nationalist project in a land it did not yet fully control." This letter was not simply a diplomatic gesture but a payoff engineered by elite Zionist and financial interest in exchange for securing broader Jewish and Zionist support for the Allied war effort, particularly through influencing American entry into World War I. According to this interpretation, the Rothschilds, who had built vast transnational wealth and established deep connections across European financial and political networks throughout the 19th century, used their influence in London to pressure the British cabinet into supporting Zionist aims in Palestine. The selection of Walter Rothschild, not the head of any government body, but a private individual as the recipient of the declaration, is seen as symbolic of where the real influence lay. Critics point to figures like Chaim Weizmann, who worked tirelessly to court British officials and had close ties with Rothschild and other elites, arguing that Zionist lobbying was not just political but financial in nature. The British, desperate during the middle phase of WWI, allegedly saw an alliance with Zionist leaders as a strategic way to gain favor with influential Jewish circles, especially in the United States and Russia. The Rothschilds, they claim, brokered or facilitated this arrangement, offering support in the corridors of power in return for imperial backing of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Further stoking these theories is the fact that the British did not consult the indigenous Arab population of Palestine before issuing the declaration, instead privileging a global Zionist movement, one which had key financial backers in Western Europe. The declaration itself was vague and open-ended, failing to define borders or clarify the political status of non-Jews in the region. This ambiguity was intentional, providing Zionist leaders, with the Rothschilds at their side, room to expand influence gradually under the guise of British support. The Balfour Declaration marked a turning point where finance, diplomacy, and empire converged to serve a specific geopolitical project, one that would later culminate in the creation of the State of Israel. What do you think about all these conspiracy theories? Subscribe for more videos.